What's up guys, Nolan here, and generally speaking, Escape from Tarkov has a complex medical system, but it is very easy to learn. For the most impatient people, just go to your traders and buy these from Therapist, or look in your inventory to see if you have some. These are bandages for light bleeds. Use them when you see this icon in the top left of your screen. These are tourniquets. Use them when you see this icon in the top left of your screen. These are painkillers. Use these when you see this icon in the top left of your screen, or the screen is just generally blurry. That usually means you're in pain. These are splints. Use or click and drag these to limbs when they break. You'll see this icon for a broken limb. These are medkits. The durability they show is how much they can restore to each of your limbs. If you can't restore HP to a limb and it's black in color, then use one of these to fix it, then use a medkit to bring it back. If you do not have access to a surgery kit and you're running around with a blacked out limb, then it makes it very easy for that limb to get a bleed, and also it takes away from your total pool of health, making it much easier for you to die. All of these items can be in a vest, or some of them can be in your pockets if they fit into the pockets, and then hotkeyed for quick access. If you put them anywhere else, you'll need to actually open your inventory and manually select to use them. If you take more than 85 damage to the chest or more than 35 damage to your head before you can fix it with a medkit, you will die, so be careful. Worst case scenario, a Salewa, AFAK, or IFAK, and some kind of painkillers will let you walk away from any injury short of death. If you're having a particularly rough time and are dying a lot, then I suggest that you bring this setup in your pockets until you're more comfortable surviving. If you're a bit better set up and have access to larger medkits, you can try holding them in your secure containers as well. Most new players will die before they have any chance to even use meds, let alone react to the shots, so it's better to save the money on them until you learn the maps and what players tend to do on them. That was for the super impatient people, but here's the full story. When you take damage in game, there is primarily one place that you want to look, and it's at the top left of your screen. A colored limb is the amount of HP lost from a limb, while the icons on the side tell you what's wrong with you. If at any point you get confused while in game and you don't know what item does what, just double click or inspect that item and it will tell you what it does. Most common injuries are going to be loss of HP and bleeds. When you see your limb go orange or red, it means you need a medkit to restore HP to that limb. These are medkits and each have their benefits, but they again primarily restore HP. The durability number of the medkit is the amount of HP it can restore before it goes away. Just right clicking and using a medkit will automatically begin to restore HP to your limbs that need them. Otherwise, if you want to prioritize something like your torso or your head first, you can click and drag it. Bleeds are the next common, and this is where you can get into trouble if you're not quick enough, because if you let a bleed go unfixed for too long, you will bleed out all of your HP and die. There's two types of bleeds that require certain items to fix them: light bleeds and heavy bleeds. Light bleeds look like this and can be fixed with these. Heavy bleeds look like this and can be fixed with these. Be aware that if you do have a heavy bleed and you're moving around a lot, you will leave a trail of blood behind you, so people can track you by doing that. Some medkits will repair light or heavy or both types of bleeds at the cost of more durability, so it's better if you bring bandages for bleeds and then medkits for HP, but it's up to you. These are fractured bones. You'll need a splint to fix these. Grizzly medkits and Serve 12 surgery kits also fix these. These are the types of painkillers. Pay attention to how long they last and how much hydration and energy you lose for taking them. If you pop them too much or while you're low on food and water, it could end up killing you before you get out of the raid. At any time, you can cancel your healing by just left clicking, but there will be an animation for putting that item you're using away. It will not be instant, so you have to pick a good spot to heal sometimes. A widely used strategy is to rush someone while they're healing, because you'll hear that they are healing, or bait someone by using an item and then immediately putting it away to get people to push you. So keep that in mind. Here's some gameplay that we'll use as a quick run through. Once this scav finally actually hit me, I had 2 light bleeds, 2 lost aka blacked out limbs, a fracture, and I was in pain. The first priority is to stop the bleeds, which I used a 2-use army bandage I had hotkeyed in my pockets for, but you can use medkits to stop those bleeds for this as well if you do not have a bandage handy. I jump into my gamma and use the 5-use ALU splint for the fracture, then I pop a painkiller to get my vision back. My screen was blurry because I was in pain. From here, you should find a safe place to do surgery. I did not, but this is just for a video. I use a CMS kit for my left arm specifically. It's quicker to use and only takes up 2 slots in your inventory, but it will restore less total health and has less uses than a Serve 12 kit, which I used on my right arm after. Before I finished the right arm, a scav showed up and I couldn't put the Serve kit away before he hit me a few times. This started a heavy bleed on my right arm that I didn't notice at first because I was prioritizing my torso. Remember, if you lose your HP in your head or torso, it's instant death. So a bleed with a low torso or head is extremely dangerous. Once I realized the bleed was there, I used a tourniquet that I had hotkeyed to stop it. While I was healing up, more scavs showed up, so I was able to cancel a heal, kill the scavs, and then get to cover. From there, I was able to use surgery kits again to bring my arms back, but notice how I only had 8 health on the left arm where I used the CMS kit, while I had 28 health on the right arm, which is where I used the Serve 12 kit. Those are the benefits of the Serve 12 over the CMS, but due to the speed of its use, smaller footprint, and the fact that the vast majority of raids you'll never need to do surgery multiple times on the same limb. A lot of people, myself included, choose the CMS over the Serve. But again, that's personal preference. You guys do what you want to do. Then last but not least, this is my go-to setup for meds in a normal mid-wipe braid. A lot of people these days like to bring stims with them as well, especially now that we have a stim bag for our secure containers, but I'm not at that level just yet this wipe. And if you needed to look for and watch this video, then you're probably not exactly ready to run stims yet either. They're pretty expensive or could be sold for a lot of money, so you might need the money more than you would need them in that combat, basically. However, just in case, if you did want to run them, a Propofol is handy and is a cheaper stim for the rare occasions where you would really need to survive. And that's all there is to it for now. There will be an unconscious state and ways to revive people that are very badly injured in the future, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Until then, though, for more tips, tricks, and quick tutorials for Escape from Tarkov, check out these playlists at the top. For the latest Tarkov news, check out the playlist in the bottom left. If you like this video, then you know the drill. Please subscribe. I really appreciate the people who do. If you're looking for people to play with, check out our Discord. It has a great LFG system for new players. Links in the description if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.